Hello everybody, the Utopian Duelist here, and today I have for you my first place, undefeated, Pendulum Magicians, guys. Sorry I paused a little bit too long on the last word. I got a notification from my own live stream again. Before we get into this, you guys know I'm live streaming because I don't have recording space on my phone, and I literally just got home. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. For those of you that'll be watching this as a video, I went up to my local Alien Games. Shout out to them; they're pretty neat. And like I went up there and like everyone was telling me, "Oh, you're not gonna do crap with this deck." Blah blah blah. I'm like, you know what? Screw you. I'm gonna play it anyway, for lols. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play it anyway. I already said that, but I apologize, guys. I am extremely tired. I go up there. I 2-0 True Draco. I 2-0 Yasenju Stun. I 2-0 True Draco Dinosaurs. And then it finally, last round of the day, I get Mirror Match. And this guy actually had me on the ropes. I almost screwed myself, and I actually could have gamed him a turn earlier. I realized after I had left my battle phase that I could have used Oath Dragon to add a Wisdomite to hand and done the extra 15 damage for game, but I ended up using Ignister to shuffle back his monster on the field and attacking for game anyway. So, anyway, let's get straight into the deck profile. I play 3 Astrograph Sorcerer, one of the best cards in the deck. I love Astrograph. Helps out a lot when you chain like Sky Iris, Astrograph, and then Star Pendulum Graph. It's basically add, a triple add. And then you can also do the same thing with Astrograph, Wisdom Eye, and Star Pendulum Graph. So like you get triple adds constantly. And with link format, you can't special summon from your extra deck if you don't have the correct amount of link zones. So it's like, fuck you then. I'm just gonna add my entire fucking deck to my hand. So yeah. Next up we have triple Wisdom Eye, staple. Wisdom Eye is dank as fuck. Triple Double Iris. And another reason why I play Sky Iris Engine is because you can't activate this effect going first because you can't enter your battle phase to do the double battle damage. So this is a good way to get into your trap or your spell or whatever first turn if you pop it with Sky Iris. So you get the add for like Odyssey Pendulum Dragon if you need it, or the crap, I can't remember the name of it right now. Or the Odyssey Dissolver. And then plus you get the trap card off of this, which is what I normally add. So yeah. Anyway, so play through that. Then you play the 3 Black Fang, which, if you don't know, this is the one that cuts everything in cuts your opponent's monsters in half, and then when it's destroyed, you can special summon one from grave. This is also how I generated a lot of field advantage, because I would use like my dead XCs and in the graveyard, or I'm sorry, the materials from my like dead XCs in the graveyard. So I would my opponent would destroy my Time Star with a double Iris attached, and I would just like special back the double Iris and use that to attack with. I actually pulled off a pretty clutch play earlier, which actually ended up winning me one of my rounds during the mirror match. But we'll get to that when I get to the card. So next I play triple Purple Poison. Great card. It really helps if you didn't get the Time Star on board to do the double send. It helps out quite a bit. So yeah, because you still do get to pop 2, basically. I mean, this one's technically a non-targeting send if you do it with Time Star, but yeah. Some people don't agree with me on this, but I prefer 2 Skullcrobat Joker just because I feel like 3's bricky. I've almost dropped like Duelist Alliance, and I don't care if you're gonna call me a scrub in the comments. I've almost dropped Duelist Alliance down to 2 just because you have those hands where you open 2. And when you open 2 Skullcrobat Joker or 2 Duelist Alliance, they're not doing you shit. So you should be playing a ratio that's going to get you 1 in hand most of the time, and not 2 in hand, because it's literally just fucking dead cards at that point. and I have like people around my local telling me, "Oh, just save it and normal summon it next turn." I'm like, this is link format now. You can't fucking do that. Every card counts in this deck now. It's a lot more strategically played than before. Before it was just like pendulum summon a bunch of shit out, make Zark, blow up your opponent's entire field, and OTK for day. But now you have to be more careful about what you add, do, and everything. So I play 2 harmonizing, staple special summons White Wing from the extra deck. Or it special summons a magician monster from the main deck, but you summon White Wing, and then you use the White Wing, and another card overlay for Time Star, and then you detach the White Wing because when it leaves the field, it's supposed to be banished, but because it was attached to an Xyz monster, it goes to the graveyard, so you put that in the grave for the Zark. One thing I hate about tonight, though, is I did not get to make Zark once. I wanted to so bad, but I did not get to make Zark once. But anyway, it's link format. Oath Dragon is key right now, guys. Like, no freaking joke. Most people played it at 1 or not at all from some of the profiles I saw. Just like surfing around a few days ago back when the deck first came out. But with link out, this is important. You got to have one of these on the field at all times. Because this is just adding back your Wisdom Eyes, your basically any magician card you need. It even adds your Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon back to your hand, which is extra damage on board. So you don't have to waste your Link Monster Zones on Pendulum summoning that from the extra deck. So yeah, helps out quite a bit. The 1 White Wing Magician, because you really only play it to make Zark. Then we have my 2 Sky Iris targets, 1 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, and 1 Odd Eyes Dissolver. Now, the play I did earlier with Odd Eyes Dissolver is my opponent used, it was during the mirror match, and he used the trap card to send this to the graveyard after he popped a card. And he milled with Time Star to save his from getting destroyed, so he sent this to the graveyard. So I wouldn't be able to make Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. So I just stalled off for a turn. I put Black Fang in the scale. There's a spider on my tripod for some reason. Okay, anyway. So I put Black Fang in the scale, popped it, targeted his Beals, cut it in half, special summoned this back, and then made Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, bounced his Beals, and I'm just like, lols for days. And then this is just a great beater to add at all times, and then you can just constantly shuffle it back with cards like Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, so you always have Sky Iris targets, basically. That's why I really don't play any more than what I do for Sky Iris targets. The 1 Max C staple card right now. I do play Triple Duelist Alliance. I like it. I can search Pendulum Graph, but I do hate opening double because it's basically dead. There's not really anything you can do with double. It's just dead cards in your hand that you don't need to be having in your hand. Because, like, consistency is key, guys. Double Star Pendulum Graph. Another thing like this, people tell me to run 1, and I'm like, no. Because this is one of your key adders in the deck right now. And, with link format being out and all your stuff constantly going to your extra deck, you need this card on the field to start adding your stuff to your hand, because if you only play 1 and your opponent destroys it, you're not going to have that there. That's 1 less card you're getting to your hand per turn to Pendulum Summon to put damage on board and to make your monsters. I mean, playing 1 was alright before, but now you just need to always have options to get those cards in your hand for the Pendulum Summon, so you can keep the damage on board, keep the pressure. Always have the ability to use the trap card to pop your opponent's monsters and just fuck your opponent, basically. And here's another thing like this. Sky Iris Engine. In a small portion, it's great in this deck. It adds your Dissolver to hand while destroying like your Double Iris to get your ad or whatever. And then that Odd Eyes Dissolver is like great for during the battle phase, because what you do is you swing with like your Double Iris, chain to the Declaration of Battle, or however. It's like when a Pendulum monster attacks, you can special summon this card from your hand, so I guess it'd be chained to the Declaration of Battle. I don't know. Chained. I don't fucking know. I'm way too tired to go through that. So You do that, and then during your main phase 2, you make the Vortex Dragon with it because it's basically a poly. So, and then you go through that. So that's already one negation on board, plus the trap card, plus like Decode Talker, which is the only link I play right now. The one Geki, because you know it's Geki. I play 2 Time Space Pendulum Graph, because you know Time Space Pendulum Graph is dank. 3 is too bricky because you don't want to draw into multiples most of the time, and then the last 4 cards I play are my Solemn Brigade ulties, yay. But yeah, no, the Solemn Brigade actually saved my fucking ass today. Like, no joke. Them Solemn Strikes came in clutch. Anyway, onto the extra deck. I play 2 Time Star, 3's too many, but most builds play 2 Time Star anyway, so. Utopia and Lightning package. And funny story too. I actually pulled another ulti Lightning Knight. This is the one I pulled because I wanted to play the one I pulled, you know, because lols. And I ended up pulling another one tonight from my OTS pack that I got for entering, so I was pretty psyched about that. I play 1 Emerald. I do get crap about running this, running a Trident and Broad Bull, but I have the space in my extra deck. Why the fuck wouldn't I want a generic pop 1 face-up card on the field during either player's turn? Plus, it can help me set up my own plays during my turn. Because if I overlay this, or overlay for Broad Bull, slap the Trident on it, I can detach and pop like my double Iris to add the trap card to hand, and I still have a Trident sitting on board for my opponent's next turn. Like, how could you not want to do that? The Tornado Dragon. And actually, I've done the same play with Tornado Dragon. Like, I'll make it during my turn, pop one of my cards to get my, like, my trap ad if I'm going first and I, like, can't get into it. Like, I will make myself get into that card because it stops your opponent so much. But, that's why I play these, isn't just to help me get into my, plays faster sometimes when you get those weird hands. And then, just to screw over my opponent, so. On to the Synchros. We play the 1 Ignister. Great card. It's not worth playing Luster anymore, like, in this deck. I mean, you used to play it, but with the way, like, Wisdom Eye and shit works, it's not worth having it in scale. It is a way to pop your, like, double Iris first turn, but, like, I can normally do that anyway, so. Your True Draco out, Beals, and then in certain situations, it's actually an out for Zoo, too, so, like, because if you drop that on your board, they're not going to be able to destroy that, and you can just swing over their Trident, whether it gets banished or not. Fuck them. They're still losing the Trident, which means you're probably still going to win. 1 Stardust Dragon just for, like, douchebags that are running shit like Trident, or, actually, I had Stardust Dragon on the field earlier. What happened? I had Stardust Dragon on the field earlier when my opponent, it was earlier during the Yusenju Stun matchup, he was running Kaiju Yusenju Stun, and he tried to slumber. I'm just like, yeet, and negate. And then when it comes back to your main monster zone, so it's just dank. Your Autos Vortex, great card. It's Cyber Dragon Infinity. Once per turn, it recycles your resources. How could you not want to play that? Especially when you can basically make it for free with Dissolver. The 1 True King Zark for, you know, OTK purposes. Also kind of an out for True Draco. But, yeah, and then 2 Decode Talkers. So what I was doing today, I didn't pull this out a lot because I really didn't need it. And guys, if you don't have Decode Talkers, if you don't have money to go spend on the deck and you just have Pendulum Magicians, you don't really have to play Decode Talker. Like, I've been playing, like, playtesting Link format with this deck for a little while now. And it works fine, pretty fine without it. I literally just made this to open up, like, zones because I would have, like, double Astrograph Sorcerer on field and, like, a dead Tornado Dragon. Or let's say a dead Tornado Dragon, because this is what actually I did earlier. So I had a dead tornado dragon on board, and I had these, so I'm just like, hot, suck it. Decode Talker, special summon 2 from extra deck, along with 3 from hand, or 3 other monsters from hand, and it's just so much damage on board. And plus, you have the Decode Talker effect to stop targeting, which destroys your Astrograph Sorcerer, which is lols. So yeah, I mean, I really like the deck. It plays really well, handles really well, and it plays really well for Link format, especially. I actually really am happy with how well it played during Link format, because I was actually genuinely disappointed in the fact that I wasn't gonna get to play this like full power for more than like a fucking week, like a week or two before Link format came out. But no, it actually still plays pretty damn close to full power with all the adding and shit you get. The only difference is your Pendulum summon's a bit nerfed sometimes, but so is everyone else's special summoning right now, so like, fuck them. As long as you got that trap on the field and like enough stop your opponent, like that trap and a strike in the back row is all you need. And I love how it worked earlier. Like, examples. I was playtesting with my friend Dalton earlier, and I activated the trap card and people think it loses target. The trap card loses target when you shuffle back the one you target, like add it back to my hand. I activated space-time pendulum graph, or whatever it is, the trap time pendulum graph, and I targeted I think it was my Black Fang and like one of his Yosenju monsters, and then he activates an effect to bounce my Black Fang, and he's like, no, wait, it loses target, isn't it? I'm like, no. My cost, sir, is targeting. I already targeted the monster. That's done. Yours gets destroyed. Mine goes back to hand. And since my card didn't send 2, or didn't destroy 2, I get to send a card on your side of the field to the graveyard. So I'm just like, yes. Yes. But anyway, guys, it's a fun deck. I would suggest picking it up. Anyway, so like, subscribe, you know the rest, guys. See you guys.